every conversation will have a subject. What is the subject of conversation today? Animal kingdom? Isn't it a subject? Are we sitting down here without a subject? Will we register without knowing the subject? So every talk will have a subject. In that subject, there will be chapters. Yes or no? Every subject has a chapter. Once we enter into the subject of conversation, of problems of a person, in that problem there is a main problem in that thing, that he is bothering me, he is troubling me, I am sensitive towards his behavior, or I am totally without any support because he is not there. This is the chapter. The sensitivity of the plant, or the survival of the animal, or the structure of a mineral. This is the chapter. Then in that chapter there will be a paragraph regarding what are you sensitive about, regarding what is the survival mode that you are having, or what type of support you need is the paragraph. And when you go further in that paragraph, you get the keynote symptom. My mother, without her, I just cannot think of myself at all. She has been a backbone to me. She is giving me unconditional love. This line is of magnesium type in that particular paragraph. So every conversation has a subject, down chapter, down paragraph, down line. This is how we understand every conversation. We cannot miss anything. If we miss, we will be completely lost. So what we need to do when we are seeing cases or when we are talking to anybody, first try and find out what is the subject that this person is trying to talk. Is the subject based on family matter? Is that person stressed? Is that person stressed about work issue? Is that person stressed about financial issue? Is that person stressed about relationship issue? This is the subject of conversation. So he will talk only about that. Now you don't ask something else. During our school days, if we had geography period, we will not remove history book. Yes or no? We will remove geography book only. And that's exactly what we used to do in our school days. Previous night before going to sleep, we will put our timetable. What is that timetable? Nothing else but what subject period tomorrow we have. Accordingly, that subject, whatever is going to be in our class at that point of time, we will open that book only from the back. Means that teacher is going to teach history and I am going to learn history. This is the subject of the entire period, right? Similarly, every talk will have a subject. Trace what is the subject first. Once you know what is the subject, then in that subject, what is the person trying to tell me? That becomes the chapter. In that chapter, what is the botheration of that chapter? That becomes the paragraph. In that paragraph, what is that person experiencing will be the line. Is it clear? This is giving you a proper guidance how to go about. Rather than randomly, the person talks about work, the person talks about house, the person talks about wife is not compatible, the person talks about children are not listening to me, and the person says the boss is angry, and the person says that I am not having promotion. And you are going to ask whatever you like. That may not be the liking of the person. Then what are you going to do further? If the person is stressed more about not having promotion, you are fancied. Oh, wife doesn't listen to you. How does it feel? That doesn't bother that person. The botheration is that he is not getting promotion. That you are not asking. But for you, what is fanciful? Wife is not listening. That sounds fanciful for you. And therefore you ask that question, but the person is not able to tell because that is not the subject for that person. Are you getting? And then it goes east-west. Then that conversation doesn't work. Now, this is about patient. Similarly, same thing with the family member, same thing with your friend circle, same thing with your workplace, everywhere the same. And therefore then you say, oh, nothing gels with me properly, I'm so sad, I'm so depressed. Where is that depressed coming from? That depressed is coming basically because you are keeping your I more important than the person who is telling you or talking to you. Then the problem arises. Are you getting? This is what we will be dealing with. And this is a very, very, very important one. This is just a summary that I am giving you. But when you really do that thing with practical at the workshop, practically when you do it, then you will realize, you start realizing, yeah, this works. This really works. How you will be really making yourself aware about where are you going wrong. And then you see how your relationship with others develop.